All right, welcome back. It's 20 minutes before 8 here on the program. And once again, let's cross over to the Walter Sisulu University. That is where Lebo and Tabiso are broadcasting this morning, talking a little bit about rural development sports programs that are going to be introduced in a lot of the areas. Tabiso's there, my long-lost friend. It's so lovely to have you back on Morning Live. What have you got for us now?
Well, thank you very much today and welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live on SABC News Channel and of course on SABC 2. We're right here at the Walter Sisulu University. I learned yesterday it's also called WUSU. I was getting lost when people tell me, no, you're going to WUSU. We carry on our broadcast. The minister today launching what we are calling the Rural Sports Development Program, basically going to the rural areas and finding out whether we have another Makayantini out there, whether we have another Fori Dupree out there, because, going to your cities, the developed areas, it's easy to find them. Well, I'm joined by two people who will know exactly what I'm talking about. Mamimi Mthatho from Netball South Africa. Mamimi, let me start with you before I go over to Babkaya. Netball. This is one of the key sports that the minister spoke about, and as far as this rural sports development program is concerned. Tell us a bit more. What will that do for your sport in particular?
I think Tabiso, formalizing rural sport is going to add huge benefits to us as the federations. Our structures struggle to get access into rural areas and make sure that there is development there. We see a gap that this program is going to close, and we are really delighted that the minister has come forward and actually launched it officially, because that is also going to force us as federations to know that we are working towards an objective that is supported by the ministry, as well as to make sure that we unearth the talent that is there in the rural areas.
Mamimi, if you pass on the mic to Babkaya, we're sitting here today. We know rugby has got a huge following, in particular in this province in the Eastern Cape. Rugby and cricket for hundreds of years has been played by people from this very province. Earlier we spoke to Lonabo Tsotsobe. For rugby as well, how important is it to actually find those Kaimolotanas in the rural areas, which is where we are basically today?
Thank you very much. I think from our perspective, we firstly have to applaud the minister for this beautiful initiative. I think it will go a long way actually helping us to gain more access to those regions. Rugby is played everywhere, and then it's a very big sport, especially in this province. And we think this kind of initiative will help us leave an indelible print in those young kids. I envisage, a springbok coming from this kind of initiative, and I think that makes me very, very excited. We are everywhere, but I think this will help us to be a bit formal and also help us to sort of structure much better. We are very, 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 very excited about this.
I'm not going to ask you to go into the details and nitty-gritties. We remember just last week or so, the EPG report came through, and these are some of the things that were actually touched on in that very same report, saying transformation in particular. In fact, unfortunately, these are the two federations that were implicated, having not met particular targets with regards to transformation, with regards to finding these kids in these rural areas. This is a stepping stone, basically.
Yes, I think from our side, that's an area that we have done excessively well. We've got a program called Get Into Rugby, and we have been everywhere. And I think there are certain areas that we can improve and do much better. Yeah, I think from a SARU perspective, we have done that very, very well, and we have actually got our tick very well on the access side and also getting into these areas. And I think there are some other challenges on other fronts.
Let me bring Mamimi Mthatho on this one as well. Again, netball, we saw some of the young ladies earlier down there warming up. In fact, some of them are walking by as we speak. They're going to the auditorium where officially, the programs are going to be netted out. Where do we start for you? How, as Netball South Africa, what are the key factors to this initiative that you're looking into to make it a success, so to speak of? Because we don't want to talk shop and say we're here, we had breakfast, we had lunch. People are asking for nitty-gritties. What are we doing?
I think, Thabiso, for us as Netball South Africa, we are well aware that the talent is really vast when it comes to rural areas. I can name a few players that also came from rural areas which made it big, like Cindy Gumede, who comes from Jozini in KZN. So we know that rural athletes, have got all the talent that we want. We just need to nurture it. We just need to give them support. And I think what has been lacking is that support. We're also looking at the officials. We can have players, netball players all over the country, but we need to make sure as the federation that we train the trainers, the coaches, the umpires, the technical table officials.
Yep.
They need to know the game. They need to be up to date with the growth and development of the game, because netball is very dynamic.
Yep.
Every day you get a new technique that is coming into place, and people must understand it, especially the coaches, so that they can pass it on to the players.
Well, Mami Minteto as well as Bob Kaimeto, we're going to have to leave it there. We're going to have to take a quick short commercial break. We must pay the bills because it's what it's about. But again, I think it's important for you, for these two federations, just to put it into lightly, and that these two federations a couple of weeks ago were, by the minister saying to them, look, there's an issue with regards to transformation in particular, so they were banned from, trying to host international events. Hopefully, this will help them identify and reach the goals that the minister has set for them as far as transformation. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Morning Live. This is the Sports Minister's Development Program out from Umtata.